Have you ever wondered why some people seem to easily manifest their desires while others struggle? The difference lies not in luck or circumstance, but in mastering the creative power of visualization. Welcome to today's deep dive into the mind's eye, unleashing the creative power of visualization, where you'll discover how imagination isn't mere fantasy, but the workshop where your reality is crafted before it materializes in your physical world. What you're about to experience is a transformation in how you perceive and utilize the visualization faculty you already possess. Drawing from timeless wisdom of masters like William Walker Atkinson and Joseph Murphy, this guide will unlock your innate ability to create powerful mental blueprints that the universe can't help but fulfill. If you're ready to harness this creative superpower, hit subscribe now and join our growing community of conscious creators. Your journey to manifestation mastery begins today. Introduction: the workshop of creation. Within the silent chambers of your mind exists the most powerful creative force in your personal universe. This is not mere poetic speculation. It is the fundamental truth upon which all achievement, all growth, and all personal transformation rests. You possess at this very moment the ability to reshape your reality through the deliberate use of your imagination and the directed power of your attention. As William Walker Atkinson wrote over a century ago, the mind is not a mere passive receptacle or storage place for impressions, but is rather a living, growing, expanding thing. This living power within you, your visualization faculty, is the architect that draws the blueprints your subconscious mind and universal forces work tirelessly to construct in material form. Most individuals drift through life unaware of this magnificent power, allowing random thoughts and borrowed beliefs to determine their circumstances. But you, by virtue of seeking out this knowledge, have already separated yourself from the masses. In the chapters that follow, we will explore the science and metaphysics behind visualization, providing you with precise techniques to craft vivid mental images charged with emotional energy. You will learn how to overcome the common blocks that prevent clear visualization and how to apply these principles specifically to transform your health, success, and daily experience. The journey from passive thinking to active creation awaits you. Remember this truth as we begin. The images you hold persistently in your mind's eye invariably solidify into the conditions and experiences of your life. As James Allen proclaimed, "You are today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you." This book holds the master key to ensuring those thoughts build precisely the tomorrow you desire. The power is already yours. What follows is simply the instruction manual for its proper use. Chapter 1: Seeing is believing and creating. The science and metaphysics of visualization. The power of visualization is neither mystical fantasy nor mere positive thinking. It is a fundamental creative function hardwired into your mental faculties. Consider for a moment. Everything in the human-made world around you existed first as a mental image in someone's mind. The chair you sit upon, the device through which you hear these words, even the greatest architectural wonders, all began as visualization in the workshop of human imagination before manifesting in physical reality. The scientific foundation. Modern neuroscience has validated what metaphysical teachers have known for centuries. When you create a vivid mental image, your brain cannot fundamentally distinguish between that image and actual sensory input. The same neural networks activate whether you are physically experiencing something or vividly imagining it. This is why professional athletes use visualization to improve performance. The brain forms the same neural pathways during visualization as during physical practice. Your nervous system responds to mental pictures as though they were reality. The implications of this are profound. As Atkinson noted, the vibrations sent out by your mind attract similar vibrations from the universal supply. You are constantly broadcasting thought vibrations that align with your mental imagery, and these vibrations, through the law of mental attraction, draw corresponding conditions into your experience. The metaphysical mechanism. Beyond the scientific evidence lies the metaphysical principle that visualization is your direct line of communication with the subconscious mind. Your conscious mind, which you use for reasoning and decision-making, occupies only a small portion of your mental capacity. Your subconscious, that vast reservoir of power that regulates your body, stores your memories, and connects to what Charles Haanel called the universal mind, responds primarily to images rather than words. When you consistently feed your subconscious mind clear, emotionally charged mental pictures, it accepts these as instructions, as blueprints to be manifested. It does not question or analyze. It simply acts to bring your mental images into material form by directing your attention toward opportunities aligned with those images, inspiring ideas and actions that lead toward your visualized outcome, attracting people, circumstances, and resources necessary for manifestation. This is not wishful thinking, but mental law in operation. As Joseph Murphy stated, the law of your mind is the law of belief itself. Your subconscious will faithfully work to create in your outer world what you consistently hold in your inner world of thought. The critical factor: clarity and belief. Visualization fails for many because their mental images lack the essential qualities of clarity and belief. Vague pictures produce vague results. Visualization combined with doubt produces conflicting outcomes. Your mental pictures must be defined with crystal clarity, as precise as an architect's blueprint, and they must be accepted by your mind as possible, even inevitable outcomes. Consider the case of a client I once worked with, a woman who had struggled for years to advance in her career. Despite her qualifications, she remained stuck at the same level. When I asked her to visualize her ideal professional scenario, her images were dim, fleeting, and immediately followed by mental objections. "That's not realistic," or "Someone like me couldn't achieve that." I guided her to build a detailed, sensory-rich visualization of herself, confidently performing at her desired position, feeling the emotions, hearing the congratulations of colleagues, seeing the details of her new office. For 5 minutes morning and evening, she immersed herself in this scene, allowing no contradictory thoughts to intrude. Within 3 months, she was promoted to a position even beyond what she had initially visualized. Your mental workshop, the faculty of visualization, is not reserved for the special few. It is your birthright, a tool as natural to your mind as language. Some believe they cannot visualize, but this is invariably untrue. If you can worry, mentally playing out negative scenarios, you can visualize. If you can remember what your home looks like, you can visualize. The difference is merely one of conscious direction and practice. Your mind's eye is the projector through which you cast images onto the screen of the universal substance. The images you project with consistency and emotional intensity become the patterns that this universal substance flows into. As Atkinson taught, thought is the mold into which the universal mind pours itself, taking the shape of your thought. Have you ever noticed how recalling a vivid memory can evoke the same emotions you felt during the original experience? This demonstrates the power of mental imagery to produce physical and emotional responses. By harnessing this same mechanism deliberately, rather than randomly, you transform yourself from a passive recipient of circumstances into the active creator of your experience. Throughout this chapter, we have established that visualization is both scientifically sound and metaphysically powerful. In the next chapter, we will explore specific techniques to sharpen and enhance your visualization faculty, turning vague mental pictures into powerful creative forces. Remember, as you continue this journey, the universe does not distinguish between what you visualize with intensity and what you experience physically. Both are impressions upon your subconscious mind, and both shape your reality. Your mind's eye is always active, always creating. The only question is whether you will direct this power consciously or allow it to operate by default. The choice and the power is yours. Chapter 2: Crafting your mental blueprint. Techniques for clear and vivid imagery. Now that you understand the profound creative power of visualization, we turn to the practical methodology of crafting mental images with such clarity and force that they cannot help but materialize in your physical experience. As Theron Q. Dumont, one of Atkinson's pseudonyms, wrote, "The individual who can center their thoughts on one thing for an extended period has mastered a valuable power." This chapter will equip you with specific techniques to develop this mastery. The mental canvas. Preparing your mind. Before attempting to create detailed visualizations, you must first prepare your mental environment. Like an artist who cleans their workspace and arranges their tools before beginning a masterpiece, you must clear your mind of distraction and tension. Begin each visualization session with this simple preparatory process. Find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Sit comfortably with your spine erect but not rigid. Close your eyes and take 3 deep, conscious breaths. With each exhalation, release mental tension and scattered thoughts. Mentally declare, "I now quiet my conscious mind and awaken my creative faculty." This preparation may seem elementary, but I assure you it is essential. The subtle distinction between random daydreaming and powerful visualization lies in this deliberate preparation. Your conscious mind must step aside for the image-making faculty to operate at its full potential. The fundamental technique: static image creation. We begin with the creation of single, static images, mental photographs rather than moving pictures. This foundational skill builds the visual clarity necessary for more advanced work. Choose a simple object, perhaps an apple, a rose, or a blue marble. Place the actual object before you and study it carefully for 1 full minute. Observe its color, shape, texture, and any distinguishing features. Now, close your eyes and attempt to reproduce this object in your mind exactly as it appears in reality. Most beginners notice the image fading or distorting almost immediately. This is normal and merely indicates the need for development of this mental muscle. When the image begins to fade, open your eyes, observe the object again, and repeat the process. Practice this exercise for 5 minutes daily, gradually increasing the complexity of objects. Within 2 weeks of consistent practice, you will notice a remarkable improvement in your ability to hold clear mental images. This simple exercise strengthens what Atkinson called the visualizing muscles of the mind. Dynamic visualization, adding motion and dimension. Once you have developed facility with static images, progress to dynamic visualization, mental moving pictures with action and spatial dimension. Begin with simple movements. Visualize that apple rotating slowly in space. See it turning, revealing all sides. Then advance to more complex sequences. Imagine picking up the apple, feeling its weight and texture, taking a bite, and experiencing its taste and juiciness. A powerful exercise for developing this skill is the mental movie technique. Choose a simple goal or desired experience. Close your eyes after proper preparation. Create a short film of yourself, experiencing this goal as already accomplished. Include movement, color, sound, and physical sensation. Run this mental movie from beginning to end 3 times. End by seeing yourself in the present moment, feeling gratitude as if the desired experience has already manifested. As Charles Haanel instructed in the Master Key system, see yourself doing what you want to do and have what you want to have. Visualize this condition as already existing. The athlete sees himself winning the race, and his mind is thereby prepared for victory. Multisensory immersion. Beyond visual images. While visualization emphasizes visual imagery, truly powerful mental creation engages all senses. This multisensory approach dramatically increases the impression upon your subconscious mind. When crafting your mental blueprints, systematically incorporate visual elements, colors, shapes, lighting, movement, expressions, auditory elements, voices, sounds, music, tones, volumes, kinesthetic elements, textures, temperatures, weight, physical sensations, olfactory elements, smells associated with your desired experience, gustatory elements, tastes related to your visualization. For example, if visualizing career success, don't merely see yourself in a new office. Hear the congratulations of colleagues. Feel the texture of your new desk beneath your fingertips. Smell the leather of your chair. Taste the celebratory champagne. This complete sensory immersion convinces your subconscious mind of the reality of your mental creation. Have you ever noticed how a particular scent can instantly transport you to a memory more vividly than a photograph? This demonstrates the power of multisensory association. By engaging all senses in your visualization practice, you leverage this same mental mechanism for deliberate creation. The first-person perspective, becoming the image. A critical distinction in effective visualization is the difference between seeing yourself in the third person, as if watching yourself on a screen, and experiencing the visualization in the first person, through your own eyes. While both approaches have value, first-person visualization creates a more immediate impression on the subconscious mind. Instead of seeing yourself driving your dream car, see through your own eyes as you grip the steering wheel, glance at the dashboard, and look out at the road ahead. This perspective shift transforms visualization from observation to experience, dramatically increasing its manifestation power. As Atkinson taught, the differences between thinking of yourself doing a thing and actually doing it mentally. Emotional amplification, the catalyst of creation. The most technically perfect visualization remains impotent without the infusion of genuine emotion. Emotion is the energy that propels your mental images into physical manifestation. Your feelings are the fuel that powers the creative process. During visualization, consciously generate the emotions you would feel if your desire were already fulfilled. Joy, gratitude, excitement, satisfaction, relief, or love. These emotions need not be manufactured artificially. They are already within you, requiring only your willingness to experience them in advance of physical manifestation. A powerful technique for emotional amplification is emotional memory transfer. Recall a time when you felt intensely positive emotions, perhaps your greatest triumph or happiest moment. Fully re-experience these feelings, allowing them to fill your entire body. At the peak of this emotional recall, immediately shift to your visualization. Allow the genuine emotions from your memory to infuse your mental image. This technique bypasses the logical resistance that might arise when attempting to feel emotions about something not yet physically manifest. As Joseph Murphy observed, the feeling of the fulfillment of the desire is the essential element in manifestation. Persistence and progressive training. Like any worthwhile skill, powerful visualization requires consistent practice and progressive development. Begin with 5 minutes daily of deliberate practice, gradually increasing to 10 or 15 minutes. Quality always supersedes quantity. 5 minutes of focused, emotionally charged visualization exceeds an hour of vague mental wandering. Consider this training regimen for rapid development. Week 1 to 2, static object visualization, 5 minutes daily. Week 3-4, dynamic scene visualization, 7 minutes daily. Week 5 to 6, multi-sensory immersion practice, 10 minutes daily. Week 7-8, emotional amplification techniques, 15 minutes daily. By the end of this 8-week progression, you will possess visualization skills exceeding those of 95% of the population. Your mental images will carry the force of inevitability rather than mere possibility. Troubleshooting. Common challenges. Many beginners encounter specific challenges in visualization practice. Let us address the most common issues. Fleeting images. If your mental pictures fade quickly, implement the 3-second rule. Hold even the faintest image for just 3 seconds initially, then open your eyes. Gradually increase this duration. Mental chatter. If verbal thoughts intrude during visualization, assign your analytical mind a simple task, like counting your breaths while you visualize. Falling asleep. If you tend to drift into sleep during practice, visualize at times of day when you are alert and practice in a seated rather than reclined position. Lack of clarity. If your images remain stubbornly vague, begin with recalling familiar faces or places before attempting to create new imagery. Disbelief. If you feel your visualizations are just pretending, remind yourself that the subconscious mind does not distinguish between vivid imagination and physical experience. Your deliberate pretending is precisely the programming your deeper mind requires. Remember, these challenges are not failures, but valuable feedback in your development process. Each difficulty overcome strengthens your visualization faculty immeasurably. The blueprint mindset. As we conclude this chapter on visualization techniques, I urge you to adopt what I call the blueprint mindset. When an architect creates blueprints for a building, they do so with absolute certainty that their drawings will guide the physical construction process. They don't doubt whether their plans will translate into physical reality. They know the builders will follow the specified design. Approach your mental imagery with this same professional certainty. Your visualizations are not wishes or hopes. They are instructions to the builder, your subconscious mind, and specifications for the universal substance that must flow into your mental molds. As Atkinson declared, thought is the most powerful force in the universe. Thought is the creative energy that brings into manifestation the things that we desire. The techniques in this chapter have equipped you to direct this force with precision and power. In the next chapter, we will explore how to charge these mental blueprints with the emotional energy that ensures their manifestation. Remember, your visualization ability is not fixed. It is a skill that responds dramatically to deliberate practice. The clarity of your mental imagery today does not limit the power of your visualization tomorrow. Each practice session strengthens this faculty until vivid, emotionally charged mental creation becomes as natural as breathing. The architect of your reality is awakening, and that architect is you. Chapter 3. The Fuel of Feeling. Why emotion is key to impressing the subconscious. Having developed your ability to create clear, vivid mental images, we now turn to what is perhaps the most crucial element of effective visualization: the emotional charge that transforms ordinary mental pictures into powerful creative forces. As William Walker Atkinson emphatically stated, thought without feeling is cold and lifeless. It is the feeling that gives vitality to the thought. The language of the subconscious. Your subconscious mind, that vast, powerful aspect of yourself that connects to universal creative forces, responds far more readily to emotion than to logical thought. This is a fundamental principle that most visualization practitioners overlook. They create detailed mental pictures but wonder why manifestation remains elusive. The reason is simple yet profound. Your subconscious mind speaks the language of feeling. It responds not to the intellectual content of your visualizations, but to the emotional energy with which they are charged. As Joseph Murphy observed, the subconscious mind is moved by feeling. That is why prayers have failed for thousands of people, because they merely repeat words. Consider how your most vivid memories are invariably those charged with intense emotion. The day you received exceptional news, experienced profound loss, or felt overwhelming joy. These moments impress themselves deeply into your subconscious because of their emotional intensity. This same mechanism can be deliberately employed in your visualization practice. Emotional resonance. The vibrational key. The metaphysical principle underlying emotion's power is what Atkinson called vibrational resonance. Every emotion generates a specific vibratory pattern that extends beyond your physical body, resonating with similar energy patterns in the universal substance. These emotional vibrations are exponentially more powerful than thought vibrations alone. When you combine clear mental imagery with corresponding emotional energy, you create a vibrational broadcast that the universe cannot help but answer. This is not mystical thinking, but the practical application of mental law. As surely as a tuning fork of one frequency will cause another of the same frequency to vibrate in sympathy, your emotionally charged thoughts attract corresponding conditions, people, and circumstances. Have you ever noticed how your emotional states seem to attract matching experiences? When you feel genuinely appreciative, more things worthy of appreciation appear. When you feel frustrated, more frustrating circumstances manifest. This is vibrational resonance in action, not as philosophical concept, but as demonstrable reality. The critical distinction: authentic versus fabricated emotion. A crucial understanding must be established here. The emotions that empower your visualizations must be authentic, not artificially manufactured. Many practitioners make the mistake of trying to force emotions they don't genuinely feel, creating a subtle inner conflict that undermines their creative work. True emotional power comes not from pretending to feel, but from allowing yourself to feel. This distinction may seem subtle, but it makes the difference between effective and ineffective practice. As Charles Harnell instructed, you cannot impress the subconscious mind while you are in a state of anxiety or fear. The solution is not to manufacture false feelings, but to cultivate the ability to access genuine emotions at will, a skill we will develop through specific techniques in this chapter. The emotional spectrum of creation. Different manifestation objectives may require different emotional energies. While general positivity is beneficial, specific creative goals often align with specific emotions. Material prosperity aligns with feelings of abundance, gratitude, and security. Physical healing resonates with feelings of vitality, relief, and wholeness. Relationship harmony connects with feelings of love, appreciation, and joy. Creative expression flows from feelings of inspiration, freedom, and excitement. Spiritual growth deepens through feelings of peace, connection, and wonder. By matching your emotional tone to your specific objective, you create coherence between your visualized outcome and its energetic signature. This coherence dramatically accelerates manifestation. Techniques for emotional amplification. Let us explore practical methods for infusing your visualizations with authentic emotional power. 1. The memory anchor method. This technique leverages your existing emotional memories to fuel present visualizations. Identify a past experience where you felt intensely positive emotions similar to those relevant to your visualization. Before beginning visualization, vividly recall this memory, allowing the genuine feelings to arise. As these emotions reach their peak, immediately transition to your visualization while maintaining the emotional state. Allow these authentic feelings to permeate your mental imagery. This method bypasses resistance because you're working with emotions you've genuinely experienced rather than trying to manufacture new ones. 2. The physical activation technique. Your physical body and emotional state are intimately connected. By deliberately adjusting your physiology, you can access corresponding emotions. Before visualization, adopt the posture, facial expression, and breathing pattern of someone experiencing your desired emotion. If visualizing confidence, stand tall with shoulders back and breathe deeply. If visualizing peace, relax your facial muscles and breathe slowly. Maintain this physical pattern as you begin your visualization practice. As William James, the renowned psychologist, noted, "We don't smile because we're happy because we smile." This physiological doorway to emotion is extraordinarily effective. 3. The gratitude immersion process. Gratitude is perhaps the most powerful emotional state for manifestation, as it combines appreciation for what is with openness to receiving more. Begin visualization by spending 2 to 3 minutes feeling sincere gratitude for what you already possess. Allow this grateful feeling to expand until it fills your entire being. From this elevated state, begin visualizing your desire as if already accomplished. End your practice by feeling gratitude for this new manifestation as if already received. A client who struggled with financial scarcity transformed her situation through this technique. Rather than visualizing wealth from a state of lack, which creates conflicting vibrations, she first established genuine gratitude for her current resources, however limited. From this authentic positive state, her prosperity visualizations gained tremendous power, resulting in unexpected income opportunities within weeks. 4. The emotional intensification spiral. This advanced technique builds emotional power through progressive intensification. Begin with a mild positive feeling related to your visualization. Imagine this feeling as energy in your chest, glowing softly. With each breath, allow this energy to grow brighter and more intense. As the feeling strengthens, allow it to spiral upward through your body. When the emotion reaches peak intensity, channel it directly into your visualization. Through regular practice, you'll develop the ability to generate powerful emotional states at will, a skill that serves not only your visualization practice, but every aspect of your life. Overcoming emotional blocks to effective visualization. Many individuals struggle with emotional activation due to specific internal blocks. 1. Fear of disappointment. Some withhold emotional investment in their visualizations to protect themselves from potential disappointment. This protective mechanism, while understandable, creates a self-fulfilling prophecy of manifestation failure. The solution is not to force yourself to feel, but to gently acknowledge this fear. Remind yourself that emotional participation in the present moment is valuable regardless of future outcomes. The joy you feel while visualizing is real and worthwhile even before physical manifestation occurs. 2. Emotional numbness from past disappointments. Repeated disappointments can lead to a general dampening of emotional responsiveness, a subconscious defense mechanism that blocks the very feelings needed for effective creation. To overcome this, begin with small, easily achievable visualizations to rebuild your emotional trust. Each small success restores your capacity for emotional investment in larger goals. 3. Conflicting emotional signals. When your conscious visualization generates one emotional signal, while subconscious beliefs generate opposing feelings, these conflicting vibrations neutralize each other. The solution is emotional integrity. Acknowledge all your feelings about your desired outcome, including doubts and fears. This honesty, rather than diminishing your practice, actually clears the way for authentic positive emotions to emerge. As Atkinson taught, one must first acknowledge the shadow before standing firmly in the light. Daily emotional mastery practice. To develop your capacity for emotional direction and intensity, implement this daily practice for 21 consecutive days. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes in a private space. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths. Choose a specific positive emotion: joy, gratitude, confidence, peace, or love. Using the techniques described above, deliberately generate this feeling. As the emotion builds, focus exclusively on the feeling itself, not on any specific outcome. Allow the feeling to intensify until it fills your entire awareness. When complete, mentally declare, "This emotional power is available to me at any moment I choose." This daily practice develops what Atkinson called emotional dominion, the ability to generate and direct emotional energy at will. Within 3 weeks, you'll notice a remarkable increase in your capacity to infuse visualizations with authentic feeling. Emotional warning signs. When to adjust your practice. Your emotional state during visualization provides valuable feedback about the alignment between your conscious desires and subconscious beliefs. Struggle to feel positive emotions suggests conflicting subconscious beliefs that need addressing. Fleeting emotions that quickly dissipate indicate a need for deeper emotional development. Emotions that feel forced or artificial signal that your visualization may not align with your true desires. Unexpected negative emotions often reveal hidden fears or limiting beliefs requiring attention. These warning signs are not failures, but invaluable guidance. By adjusting your approach based on this emotional feedback, you continuously refine your creative power. The feeling of the wish fulfilled. Neville Goddard, another masterful teacher of mental power, emphasized what he called the feeling of the wish fulfilled as the essential factor in manifestation. This state transcends mere visualization or affirmation. It is the lived emotional experience of already possessing your desire. To access this state, ask yourself, how would I feel if my desire were already accomplished? Identify the specific emotional quality of this fulfillment. During visualization, focus more on embodying this feeling than on the visual details. Allow yourself to live within this emotional reality despite any contrary physical evidence. As you master this practice, you'll discover that the feeling of fulfillment precedes physical manifestation. It does not follow it. As James Allen wrote, "You will become as small as your controlling desire, as great as your dominant aspiration." Emotional transmutation, the alchemist's secret. Perhaps the most advanced emotional technique is the ability to transmute challenging emotions into creative power. Rather than being derailed by fear, doubt, or anxiety, you can learn to transform these energies. When negative emotions arise around your desire, acknowledge them without judgment. Locate where in your body you feel this emotion most strongly. Imagine this feeling as energy, neither good nor bad, simply power. Visualize this energy transforming in quality, but not diminishing in intensity. Direct this transmuted energy into your creative visualization. This alchemical process allows you to maintain your creative momentum regardless of emotional fluctuations. As Atkinson taught, the master mind is not without emotion, but has transformed emotional energy into creative power. Emotional synchronicity, the sign of mastery. You will know you've mastered emotional power when you experience what I call emotional synchronicity, a harmonious alignment between the emotions you deliberately generate during visualization, the emotions you naturally feel throughout your day, the emotional quality of experiences manifesting in your life. This synchronicity creates an accelerating cycle of manifestation, where each success generates positive emotions that fuel even greater creative achievements. A businessman I worked with experienced this after mastering emotional techniques. His visualizations of business success, charged with genuine confidence and enthusiasm, began generating synchronistic opportunities that evoked the same emotions in daily life. This emotional coherence created a momentum that transformed his business within months. The emotional commitment. As we conclude this chapter on emotional power, I invite you to make a commitment to your own emotional development. The capacity to generate and direct authentic feeling is not merely a visualization technique. It is the foundation of a fulfilled life. Your emotions are not happening to you, they are happening through you. With practice and understanding, you can develop emotional mastery that transforms not only your creative practice, but your entire experience of reality. Remember, as William Walker Atkinson declared, "Thought creates form, but emotion gives it life." In the next chapter, we will address the common blocks and challenges that arise during visualization practice, ensuring nothing stands between you and your full creative power. Chapter 4. Overcoming visualization blocks, dealing with doubt, distraction, and impatience. As you develop your visualization practice, you will inevitably encounter internal resistance. This resistance is not a sign of failure or lack of ability. It is a natural part of the process of mental mastery. As William Walker Atkinson noted, every mind must overcome the tendency to wander, and the difficulty of this task forms one of the greatest obstacles in the path to mental concentration. In this chapter, we will address the most common visualization blocks and provide powerful techniques to overcome them. The nature of mental resistance. First, understand that resistance to visualization practice is not merely a personal weakness. It represents the natural inertia of established mental patterns. Your mind, like any system, resists change. The doubts, distractions, and impatience you experience are not enemies to be battled, but signals requiring wise response. As James Allen wrote, "A man cannot directly choose his circumstances, but he can choose his thoughts, and so indirectly, yet surely, shape his circumstances." The blocks we address in this chapter represent the gap between this profound truth and your current experience. By understanding and systematically addressing these blocks, you reclaim your power of mental choice. Doubt, the primary saboteur. Of all visualization blocks, doubt is the most pervasive and powerful. Doubt manifests in many forms. Intellectual doubt, questioning whether visualization really works. Personal doubt, questioning whether you personally can master this skill. Worthiness doubt, questioning whether you deserve your desired outcome. Process doubt, uncertainty about whether you're doing it right. Each form of doubt creates a specific vibrational interference that contradicts your creative imagery. As Joseph Murphy explained, doubt is a mental short circuit that defeats your purpose before you begin. The solution to doubt is not blind faith, but understanding and direct experience. Consider these approaches. The evidence journal technique. Begin keeping a daily journal dedicated to recording evidence of thought manifestation in your life. Each evening, note any experiences, large or small, that correspond to your recent thoughts. Include small wins and synchronicities that might otherwise go unnoticed. Review this journal regularly to build your personal evidence base. A student of mine who struggled with doubt was astonished after just 2 weeks of this practice. The documented connections between her thoughts and experiences proved too numerous to dismiss as coincidence. This personalized evidence accomplished what no theoretical argument could. It established an experiential foundation for confidence in the visualization process. The doubt dialogue process. Rather than suppressing doubts, engage them directly through this dialogue process. Write down your specific doubt in question form. How can visualization actually create real-world change? Close your eyes, take several deep breaths, and ask this question to your deeper wisdom. Write the answer that arises without censoring or judging it. Continue this question-answer dialogue until you feel a shift in perspective. This process honors the legitimate function of doubt to seek understanding, while preventing it from sabotaging your practice. As Atkinson taught, the doubting part of your mind has a purpose: to ensure you find truth rather than merely accepting suggestion. Make it your ally rather than treating it as an enemy. The experimental mindset. Adopt the perspective of a scientist conducting experiments rather than a believer requiring faith. Choose a small, emotionally neutral target for visualization, perhaps finding a specific object or experiencing an unusual color combination. Practice. Visualizing this target daily for 1 week. Document the results objectively, without attachment to outcome. Use successful results to build confidence for larger visualizations. This approach bypasses the faith requirement that triggers doubt. You need not believe in advance, simply conduct the experiment and let results speak for themselves. Distraction. The wandering mind. The human mind naturally tends toward distraction. Research suggests the average person has between 50,000 and 70,000 thoughts daily, with attention shifting approximately every 8 seconds. This mental restlessness presents a significant challenge to visualization practice. As Theron Q. Dumont observed, the power of concentration is the highest mark of mind development, and the lack of it is the greatest obstacle to such development. Consider these solutions to the distraction challenge. The mental muscle approach. Understanding that focus is a mental muscle developed through consistent exercise. Begin with extremely brief periods of visualization, even just 30 seconds. When distraction occurs, gently return to your visualization without self-criticism. Gradually extend your practice periods as this mental muscle strengthens. Recognize that each return to focus after distraction is not a failure, but the actual strengthening. Mechanism. Just as physical muscles develop through the resistance of weights, your concentration faculty develops through the resistance of distractions. Each time you notice your mind has wandered and bring it back to focus, you are completing a successful mental repetition. The thought flow observation technique. This method works with your mind's natural tendency to generate thoughts rather than fighting against it. Begin your visualization as usual. When distracting thoughts arise, briefly observe them without engagement. Mentally label them as thinking and allow them to pass. Gently return to your visualization without judging the distraction. A businessman struggling with severe distraction transformed his practice with this technique. By removing the frustration and self-judgment about mental wandering, he discovered that distractions naturally diminished when not reinforced by emotional reaction. The environmental enhancement strategy: create external conditions that support mental focus. Establish a dedicated visualization space free from obvious distractions. Practice at the same time daily to establish neural patterns. Use a specific physical trigger, such as a particular seated position, that your mind learns to associate with focused attention. Consider using white noise or specific focusing music to mask environmental sounds. As Charles Harnell noted, the ability to concentrate means success Because the secret of success is the ability to use all available power. By intelligently managing your environment, you make more of your mental power available for visualization. The active imagination method. For those with particularly active minds, static visualization may prove especially challenging. In such cases, this dynamic approach often proves effective. Create a visualization that incorporates movement and change. Allow your creative mind to elaborate on your desired outcome with new details. Direct this mental activity toward your intention, rather than trying to suppress it. Engage your active mind in exploring positive possibilities, rather than letting it generate distracting alternatives. This approach harnesses your mind's natural desire for stimulation and novelty in service of your visualization, rather than in opposition to it. Impatience. The timeline dilemma. In our era of instant gratification, impatience presents a formidable challenge to visualization practice. The gap between mental creation and physical manifestation requires navigating what Atkinson called the realm of natural gestation. Consider these approaches to the impatience challenge. The process orientation shift. Transform your relationship with visualization by focusing on the immediate benefits rather than future results. Notice the peaceful state that effective visualization produces. Appreciate the increased mental clarity that regular practice develops. Acknowledge the immediate emotional uplift of engaging with positive imagery. Recognize that the practice itself is a form of success regardless of outer results. This shift from results orientation to process orientation removes the emotional trigger for impatience. As James Allen wrote, "Work joyfully and peacefully, knowing that right thoughts and right efforts inevitably bring about right results." The manifestation journal method. This powerful technique addresses impatience by documenting the subtle progression of manifestation. After each visualization session, record not only your practice, but any subtle changes in your thinking, feeling, or external circumstances. Review this journal weekly to recognize patterns and progressions. Note, incremental movements toward your desire that might otherwise go unrecognized. Identify the steps between visualization and complete manifestation. A client visualizing career advancement used this method to recognize numerous signs of progress she had been overlooking. Increased confidence in meetings, subtle changes in how colleagues responded to her ideas, and unexpected opportunities for leadership. Recognizing these incremental changes dissolved her impatience by revealing that manifestation was already underway. The seed analogy, integration. This mental framework provides a natural perspective on manifestation timing. Consciously compare your visualization to planting a seed. Recognize that different desires, like different plants, have their own natural gestation periods. Understand that obsessively digging up the seed to check progress actually impedes growth. Trust the natural unfoldment while maintaining the proper conditions through continued visualization. As Atkinson taught, nature's processes cannot be forced, but they can be relied upon. The seed grows according to law. So too does the seed thought in the mind grow according to its nature. Trust this process as you would trust the growth of a physical seed. Inconsistency. The practice gap. Many visualization practitioners experience initial enthusiasm followed by inconsistent practice. This pattern creates vibrational confusion rather than the clear, persistent signal needed for manifestation. Consider these approaches to the consistency challenge, the minimum viable practice commitment. Rather than attempting lengthy visualization sessions that become unsustainable, commit to an extremely short daily practice, even just 2 to 3 minutes. Ensure this brief practice happens without fail. Allow longer sessions when time and inclination permit, but never fall below your minimum. Build your consistency muscle before attempting to build your duration muscle. This approach acknowledges that consistency trumps duration in effectiveness. 5 minutes daily creates more manifestation power than 30 minutes once weekly. The habit stacking technique. Anchor your visualization practice to an existing daily habit. Identify a current daily routine that happens without fail, morning coffee, brushing teeth, etc. Attach your visualization practice directly before or after this established habit. Use the existing behavior as a trigger for your practice. Leverage the neural pathways of your established habit to support your new practice. Charles Harnell advised, "Make concentration a habit. It can and must be acquired." Habit stacking provides a practical method for developing this essential habit with minimal resistance. The consequence and reward system. For those motivated by accountability, establish a meaningful consequence for missing practice days. Create equally meaningful rewards for consistency. Track your practice visibly, perhaps on a calendar. Engage an accountability partner when possible. While intrinsic motivation ultimately proves most sustainable, external accountability can serve as valuable training wheels during habit formation. Limiting beliefs. The subconscious resistance. Even with perfect technique, visualization will struggle against the headwind of limiting beliefs. These beliefs operate largely below conscious awareness, but exert tremendous influence on your creative capacity. Consider these approaches to identifying and transforming limiting beliefs, the belief detection process. Uncover hidden limiting beliefs through this reflective process. Write your primary visualization goal at the top of a page. Below it, complete this sentence. "I want this, but..." Continue completing this sentence multiple times, allowing deeper concerns to emerge. Review these statements to identify underlying beliefs contradicting your desire. A client pursuing financial abundance discovered through this process that she harbored the unconscious belief that wealthy people are spiritually compromised. This revelation explained why her prosperity visualizations created internal conflict rather than clear manifestation. The belief origin inventory. For identified limiting beliefs, trace their developmental history. For each limiting belief, ask, "When did I first adopt this perspective?" Identify specific experiences, authority figures, or cultural messages that installed this belief. Evaluate whether the source of this belief deserves your current mental allegiance. Consider whether the belief served a protective function that you've now outgrown. This process often reveals that our most limiting beliefs were adopted during childhood from sources we would no longer consider authoritative. This recognition alone reduces their emotional hold. The belief transformation protocol. Rather than battling limiting beliefs, transform them through this systematic approach. Identify the specific limiting belief in its current form. Acknowledge any positive protective intention behind this belief. Create a new belief that honors this positive intention while supporting your desired outcome. Visualize releasing the old belief and integrating the new perspective. Document evidence that supports your new belief. As Joseph Murphy taught, change your belief and you change your destiny. This protocol provides a practical method for this essential transformation. The power of contrast, using challenges as catalysts. The blocks discussed in this chapter need not diminish your practice. Properly understood, they can dramatically enhance it. As Atkinson wrote, "The obstacle is merely the beginning of a greater strength. Each doubt overcome strengthens your conviction. Each distraction mastered enhances your concentration. Each period of impatience transcended deepens your trust in universal timing. Each inconsistency corrected builds your manifestation momentum. Each limiting belief transformed expands your creative capacity. The very challenges that appear to impede your visualization practice actually constitute the training ground through which you develop genuine mental power. Without these resistances, your visualization faculty would remain untested and undeveloped." Moving beyond technique to integration. As your practice matures, visualization gradually transforms from a periodic technique to an integrated approach to life. The line between formal practice and moment-to-moment consciousness begins to blur. You find yourself naturally thinking in images charged with emotional energy. You automatically notice negative mental patterns and redirect them toward preferred outcomes. This integration represents the ultimate goal. Not perfect visualization technique, but a transformed relationship with your own mental faculty. As James Allen wrote, "Dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, so shall you become." In the next chapter, we will explore the specific application of your developing visualization power to physical health and healing, perhaps the most immediate and personally meaningful demonstration of your mind's creative capacity. Chapter 5. Visualizing Health and Healing. Applying the power to physical well-being. The application of visualization to physical health represents one of the most profound and personally significant uses of your mental power. As William Walker Atkinson asserted, "The mind is the natural protector of the body. It is a fundamental law of nature. Health is the normal condition. Disease is abnormal." In this chapter, we explore how to harness visualization to support, maintain, and restore physical well-being. The mind-body connection. Beyond theory. The connection between mind and body is no longer considered speculative or mystical. It has been thoroughly established by modern science. Psychoneuroimmunology, the study of how mental states affect physical health, has documented numerous pathways through which thoughts and emotions directly influence bodily functions. Stress thoughts trigger cortisol and adrenaline release, affecting everything from immune function to digestive processes. Positive emotional states stimulate the production of endorphins and other beneficial neurochemicals. Mental imagery directly affects autonomic nervous system function, influencing heart rate, blood pressure, and respiratory patterns. Visualization activates the same neural pathways as physical performance, creating real physiological responses. These established mechanisms explain why visualization affects physical health so powerfully. As Charles Harnell wrote, "The body is a community of millions of living cells, each under the direct control of the thinking mind." Your visualization practice provides specific instructions to this cellular community. The metaphysical dimension. Beyond the physical. While science explains the mechanical aspects of mind-body interaction, metaphysical understanding provides a deeper framework. Atkinson taught that your physical body is continuously being recreated according to prevailing mental patterns. The physical body is but the materialization of the mental pattern. Change the pattern, and you change the materialization. The body is being constantly renewed, every cell being replaced within certain periods. The new cells are built according to the prevailing mental image. This perspective reveals why visualization can affect chronic conditions that appear fixed or permanent. The continuous process of cellular regeneration provides an ongoing opportunity for new instructions to reshape physical structure and function. The healing image. Fundamental principles. Effective health visualization adheres to specific principles that enhance its power. 1. Work from wholeness, not illness. Rather than visualizing fighting disease or fixing problems, focus on the restoration of natural wholeness. As Atkinson instructed, hold steadily to the thought of perfect health, recognizing it as the natural condition, with disease as merely the absence of health, not a positive thing in itself. Instead of visualizing battle with illness, see your body's innate intelligence recognizing and restoring its natural balance. This approach aligns with your body's inherent drive toward homeostasis rather than creating internal conflict. 2. Engage multiple sensory dimensions. Effective health visualization engages not only visual imagery, but all sensory channels. Visual. See vibrant colors, light, and healthy tissue. Kinesthetic. Feel sensations of warmth, tingling, or comfort. Auditory. Hear words of encouragement or the sound of smooth functioning. Olfactory, gustatory. Imagine fresh, clean scents and the taste of vitality. This multisensory approach creates a comprehensive experience that deeply impresses the subconscious mind. And autonomic nervous system. 3. Harmonize with medical treatment. Visualization is not opposed to conventional medical care, but complements it powerfully. As Joseph Murphy noted, the doctor dresses the wound, but it is nature that heals it. Visualization works with this healing intelligence, enhancing the effectiveness of any physical intervention. When receiving medical treatment, visualize that treatment working perfectly and efficiently. See medications or procedures accomplishing their purpose with minimal side effects. This cooperative approach creates internal harmony rather than conflicting agendas. 4. Maintain emotional coherence. The emotional quality of your health visualization dramatically affects its impact. As discussed in Chapter 3, emotions carrying stress, fear, or desperation counteract the positive imagery you're attempting to impress upon your subconscious. Cultivate feelings of confidence, gratitude, and peaceful expectation during health visualization. These emotions create coherent patterns that enhance rather than undermine your mental imagery. Foundational health visualization techniques. Let us explore specific visualization approaches for enhancing general health and vitality. The healing light technique. This classic method, adapted from Atkinson's teachings, provides a powerful foundation for health visualization. Close your eyes and enter a relaxed, receptive state through deep breathing. Imagine a source of brilliant healing light above your head. See and feel this light entering through your crown and filling your entire body. Visualize this light having intelligence, seeking areas needing attention. See the light dissolving, tension, discomfort, or dysfunction. Feel the sensations of increasing vitality and well-being. Conclude by seeing your entire body filled with radiant light and perfect functioning. This technique can be practiced for 5 to 10 minutes daily as preventive maintenance, or extended to 15 to 20 minutes when addressing specific health challenges. The inner physician dialogue. This approach engages your body's innate intelligence through personification and communication. In a relaxed state, visualize meeting your inner physician, a personification of your body's healing wisdom. This figure may appear as a traditional doctor, a luminous being, or whatever form resonates with you. Mentally explain any health concerns and ask for guidance. Allow intuitive responses to arise without forcing or directing them. Request specific healing action. From this inner intelligence, express gratitude for the continuous work being done on your behalf. A business executive with chronic digestive issues practiced this technique faithfully. In her visualization, her inner physician showed her specific dietary changes needed and guided her to visualize a golden healing energy throughout her digestive tract. Within weeks, symptoms that had persisted for years began to diminish significantly. The cellular instruction protocol. This method, drawing from Atkinson's concept of mental suggestion to bodily cells, provides specific guidance to your cellular community. Begin by acknowledging your body as a community of intelligent cells under your mental direction. Address these cells directly, with confidence and authority. Give clear, positive instructions regarding function and regeneration. Visualize these cells responding enthusiastically to your direction. See cellular activity. Normalizing and optimizing throughout the body, sample instructions might include: my immune cells are perfectly recognizing and responding to any challenge. My digestive cells are processing nutrition with perfect efficiency. My skin cells are regenerating with youthful vitality. Targeted visualization for specific conditions. Beyond general health enhancement, visualization can be tailored to address specific physical challenges. For immune system enhancement, visualize your immune cells as a brilliant, efficient security force. See them easily identifying any harmful invaders. Visualize them responding with perfect precision, neither underreacting nor overreacting. See your entire immune system functioning in harmonious balance. Feel the sensations of robust protection and perfect discrimination. For pain management, visualize the painful area with complete acceptance without resistance. See the pain as a specific color, texture, or shape. Gradually transform this representation, changing its color, reducing its size, or altering its texture. Visualize soothing comfort spreading through the affected area. Feel the transition from discomfort to relief, allowing tension to dissolve. A client with chronic back pain used this approach to reduce her reliance on medication. By visualizing her pain as a red, jagged object and gradually transforming it to a smooth blue sphere that grew increasingly transparent, she developed the ability to reduce pain intensity within minutes through visualization alone. For accelerated healing, visualize the injured or affected area in precise detail. See enhanced blood flow bringing nutrients and healing factors to this area. Visualize cells regenerating at accelerated rates. See damaged tissue being perfectly replaced with healthy new tissue. Feel the sensations of strength and integrity returning to the area. For chronic condition management, rather than fighting against the condition, visualize your body intelligently adapting around. See your body's compensatory mechanisms working with perfect efficiency. Visualize affected systems receiving optimal support. See yourself living with increasing ease and functionality. Feel gratitude for your body's continuous adaptive capabilities. This approach acknowledges reality while enhancing quality of life, even with conditions that may not completely resolve. Mental rehearsal for medical procedures. Visualization proves especially valuable when preparing for surgery or medical procedures. Before the procedure, visualize the entire process going smoothly. See the medical team performing with perfect skill and coordination. Imagine your body responding optimally, minimal bleeding, rapid healing, minimal pain. Visualize awakening feeling better than expected. See yourself recovering quickly and completely. Research has shown that such pre-procedure visualization can significantly improve outcomes, reduce complications, and accelerate recovery times. As Atkinson observed, the mind prepares the body for that which it expects. Overcoming specific visualization. Challenges for health visualization presents unique challenges that require specific approaches. 1. The symptom attention paradox. When visualizing for health, attention to current symptoms can sometimes reinforce them rather than transmute them. To address this paradox, begin by acknowledging current conditions without dwelling on them. Quickly transition to the desired state of functioning. Focus 90% of your visualization on wellness rather than on the condition being addressed. Approach visualization from a state of acceptance rather than resistance. 2. The medical authority conflict. Some feel conflict between respecting medical authority and engaging their own mental power. To resolve this, recognize that visualization supports rather than replaces appropriate medical care. Communicate openly with healthcare providers about your complementary practices. Understand that many medical professionals now recognize the value of mind-body techniques. Visualize perfect coordination between your internal healing resources and external medical support. 3. The visible evidence challenge. Physical symptoms provide constant sensory feedback that may contradict your visualization. To work with this challenge, acknowledge sensations without interpreting them as fixed reality. Understand that physical manifestation follows rather than precedes mental change. Practice what Atkinson called denying power to the appearance while affirming the desired state. Use current symptoms as triggers for immediate corrective visualization rather than discouragement. 4. Fear-based visualization. Perhaps the most significant challenge is visualization motivated by fear rather than positive intention. To transmute this, notice when visualization arises from anxiety about what might happen. Consciously shift from avoidance of the negative to attraction of the positive. Focus on what you want to experience rather than what you hope to avoid. Generate feelings of trust and confidence in your body's intelligence. Integrating health visualization into daily life. For maximum benefit, health visualization should extend beyond formal practice sessions into everyday awareness. 1. The moment-to-moment awareness practice. Develop the habit of brief visualization throughout your day. When washing hands, visualize cleansing your internal systems as well. While eating, see the food providing perfect nourishment to every cell. During physical activity, visualize enhanced circulation and vitality. Before sleep, see your body entering deep, restorative healing processes. 2. The physical activity enhancement. Combine visualization with any form of exercise or movement. Before beginning, visualize energy flowing freely throughout your body. During activity, Mentally direct increased circulation to specific areas. Visualize muscles responding with perfect tone and coordination. After completion, see rapid recovery and positive adaptation. The environmental integration technique. Use environmental cues as triggers for health visualization. Associate specific locations or objects with particular healing images. Use the sun or lights as reminders of healing energy. Let water experiences trigger cleansing visualizations. Allow natural settings to inspire images of your body's natural functioning. 4. The preventive maintenance schedule. Develop a systematic approach to body-wide visualization. Monday. Focus on nervous system and brain function. Tuesday. Visualize cardiovascular health. Wednesday. Address digestive and elimination systems. Thursday. Focus on structural system, bones, joints, muscles. Friday. Visualize immune and lymphatic systems. Saturday. Address endocrine and hormonal balance. Sunday. Integrate all systems in harmonious functioning. This systematic approach ensures comprehensive attention to all bodily systems over time. The evolution of health consciousness. As you continue your visualization practice, you'll notice an evolution in your relationship with your body and health. Stage 1. Crisis response. Visualization used primarily when symptoms appear. Stage 2. Preventive practice. Regular visualization to maintain wellness. Stage 3. Collaborative relationship. Ongoing dialogue with bodily intelligence. Stage 4. Unified consciousness. Dissolution of perceived boundary between mind and body. This evolution represents the progressive realization of what Atkinson called the natural state of mastery over physical conditions. As you move through these stages, your need for formal visualization may actually decrease as integrated awareness becomes your constant state. A word about limitations and respect. While emphasizing the power of visualization for health, we must acknowledge the complex reality of physical experience. The body exists within physical laws and limitations that must be respected rather than denied. As Atkinson cautioned, mental power works with nature, not against it. Visualization is not about forcing the body to conform to mental demands, but about aligning mental patterns with the body's innate healing intelligence. This cooperative relationship respects both the power of mind and the wisdom of natural processes. A responsible approach never suggests abandoning appropriate medical care or blaming oneself for illness. Rather, it recognizes that visualization creates optimal internal conditions for healing while working harmoniously with external support. The ongoing journey of mind-body mastery. Your exploration of health visualization represents a lifelong journey rather than a destination. As Charles Hannell wrote, "The ideal is the pattern which we are constantly endeavoring to materialize in our lives. Perfect health may be the ideal pattern, yet the journey itself, the progressive alignment of mental and physical energies, brings immediate benefits regardless of the starting point." In the next chapter, we will explore how to apply these same visualization principles to creating success and abundance in your external circumstances. The same mental laws that govern your physical experience also determine your interaction with the world of achievement, prosperity, and fulfillment. Chapter 6. Visualizing success and abundance. Creating blueprints for achievement. Having explored how visualization influences your physical well-being, we now turn our attention to its application in creating external success and abundance. As William Walker Atkinson declared, "Success is not the result of chance, accident, or lucky circumstance, but the scientific result of the application of definite laws inherent in nature itself." In this chapter, you will learn how to apply these definite laws through the power of visualization to create your ideal circumstances in career, finances, relationships, and all expressions of prosperity. The mental laws of success. Success and abundance operate according to mental laws as precise and predictable as physical laws. Just as gravity functions without exception, so too does the law that Atkinson described. Thought precedes and determines action. Mental states take form in physical action, and physical action develops into habits, and habits constitute character, and character determines destiny. This sequence reveals why visualization serves as the starting point for achievement. The fundamental principles governing success visualization include the law of mental correspondence. Your outer world eventually conforms to your persistent inner images. The law of attraction. Your dominant thoughts draw corresponding circumstances and opportunities. The law of assumption. What you mentally assume as true eventually manifests as experience. The law of expectation. What you confidently expect tends to be realized. These principles explain why two individuals with similar external circumstances and capabilities often achieve dramatically different results. As James Allen wrote, "Men do not attract that which they want, but that which they are." Your visualization practice shapes not just what you do, but what you are at the level of mental cause. Prosperity consciousness, the foundation of abundance. Before addressing specific visualization techniques, we must establish what Atkinson called prosperity consciousness, the mental foundation that makes external abundance possible. Without this foundation, techniques alone produce limited results. Prosperity consciousness includes recognition of universal abundance, seeing the universe as fundamentally abundant rather than scarce, awareness of worthiness, believing in your natural right to prosperity, understanding of mental causation, knowing your thoughts directly influence your financial reality, expectation of good, maintaining confident expectation of positive outcomes. A client who had struggled financially for years, despite working diligently, discovered that her visualization attempts were being undermined by a deeply held belief in scarcity. Whenever she visualized abundance, her subconscious countered with the conviction that there's never enough, and money is hard to come by. No technique could overcome this foundational belief until it was directly addressed. Exercises for developing prosperity consciousness. Before implementing specific visualization practices, use these exercises to establish the mental foundation. 1. The Abundance Evidence Log. For 1 week, maintain a daily record of abundance evidence. Each day, identify and record at least 10 examples of abundance in your environment. Include both personal experiences and observed abundance, even when experienced by others. Note both financial prosperity and non-monetary forms of abundance. Pay special attention to unexpected or previously unnoticed examples. This practice counters the selective perception that often focuses on lack rather than plenty. As Joseph Murphy noted, what you mentally focus upon, you physically move toward. By deliberately focusing attention on existing abundance, you create a cognitive foundation for increased prosperity. 2. The worth affirmation process. Many struggle with prosperity because of subconscious unworthiness beliefs. This exercise addresses this fundamental block. Write a detailed inventory of the value you bring to others and the world. Include character qualities, skills, knowledge, experiences, and unique perspectives. Each morning, review this inventory and declare, "I am worthy of abundance because I contribute value in countless ways." Visualize yourself comfortably receiving prosperity as a natural exchange for your contributions. As you practice this exercise, notice any internal resistance or discomfort. These reactions reveal subconscious beliefs requiring attention. As Charles Haanel observed, the old thoughts, old customs, old habits must be replaced by new thoughts, new customs, new habits. This worth affirmation process facilitates this essential replacement. 3. The mental cause recognition practice. This exercise develops awareness of the connection between thought patterns and financial experience. At the end of each day, reflect on your dominant thoughts about money and success. Note any correlation between these thoughts and your day's financial experiences. Identify recurring thought patterns that precede either positive or negative financial events. Consciously choose thoughts aligned with your prosperity goals. Over time, this practice establishes what Atkinson called mental cause recognition, the awareness that financial conditions follow rather than precede mental patterns. This recognition transforms you from a passive recipient of economic circumstances to their active creator. Core visualization techniques for success and abundance. With the foundation established, let us explore specific visualization practices for creating success and prosperity. The Success Identity Method. This powerful approach, adapted from Atkinson's teachings, focuses on visualizing yourself as already being the person who has achieved your desired success. Close your eyes and relax deeply through rhythmic breathing. Create a detailed mental image of yourself having already achieved your goal. See yourself exhibiting the confidence, actions, and demeanor of someone at this achievement level. Hear yourself speaking with the authority and assurance of this successful identity. Feel the emotional satisfaction and security of this accomplished state. Throughout your day, recall this identity briefly and embody its characteristics. This method transcends merely visualizing external results. It transforms your self-concept, which Atkinson identified as the true determinant of achievement. As he wrote, "A man will manifest in his outer life what he is in his inner life, for the latter is the cause, the former only the effect." A sales professional struggling to meet quotas used this method to visualize himself as already being a top producer. He mentally rehearsed not only making successful sales, but also how he carried himself, the confidence in his voice, and the certainty with which he approached prospects. Within 60 days, his results had dramatically improved, not through different techniques, but through a transformed identity. The detailed prosperity scene. Technique. This method creates specific, detailed scenes of prosperity experiences. Identify a specific prosperity goal, a particular income, possession, or achievement. Create a detailed mental scene representing the fulfillment of this goal. Include all sensory elements, what you see, hear, feel, smell, and taste in this prosperity experience. Mentally place yourself within this scene in first-person perspective. Generate the emotions of accomplishment, gratitude, and enjoyment practice. This visualization for 5 to 10 minutes daily with full attention. The level of detail in this visualization is crucial. As Murphy taught, the subconscious takes the blueprint you give it and works day and night to bring it to pass. Vague images create vague results. Precise images produce precise manifestations. The success sequence, visualization. For complex achievements, this method visualizes the sequence of steps leading to success. Identify the major milestones between your current position and your ultimate goal. Create a series of connected mental images representing each milestone. Visualize moving through this sequence from beginning to completion. Include both the achievement moments and the work processes between milestones. Generate feelings of capability and determination for the process steps. Experience feelings of accomplishment and gratitude for the achievement steps. This approach addresses the common error of visualizing only end results while neglecting the necessary journey. As James Allen noted, even the man whose object is to acquire wealth must be prepared to make great personal sacrifices before he can accomplish his object. This visualization engages your subconscious not just with the destination, but with the entire success journey. The opportunity attraction. Visualization. This technique focuses specifically on attracting favorable circumstances and opportunities. Begin by visualizing yourself surrounded by a magnetic energy field. See this field extending outward into the world, attracting ideal opportunities. Visualize specific types of opportunities being drawn toward you. See yourself recognizing and confidently acting upon these opportunities. Feel the excitement of new possibilities and the satisfaction of wise choices. Conclude with gratitude for the continuous flow of favorable circumstances. A business owner who practiced this technique was amazed when 3 unexpected partnership opportunities appeared within weeks, each providing precisely the resources and connections he had visualized attracting. As Atkinson explained, thought waves sent out with a definite purpose will reach the minds of those who can aid the matter, and such persons will be impressed with a desire to act in the direction of the plan that is being projected. Specialized visualizations for specific success areas. Let us now explore visualizations tailored to specific domains of achievement. For career advancement, visualize yourself performing at your next desired professional level. See yourself handling increased responsibility with ease and competence. Mentally, rehearse specific skills and behaviors needed for advancement. Visualize positive interactions with decision makers who recognize your value. See yourself receiving the promotion or opportunity with gratitude and confidence. Feel the satisfaction of growing into your expanded professional identity. For financial prosperity, create a detailed mental image of your desired income arriving through specific channels. Visualize your bank accounts showing your target balances. See yourself managing this prosperity with wisdom and confidence. Mentally experience the security and opportunities this financial state provides. Visualize yourself using a portion of this abundance to benefit others. Generate feelings of gratitude, security, and generous prosperity. For business success, visualize your business operating at your target level of success. See satisfied customers or clients engaging with your products or services. Mentally, experience the smooth operation of systems and team members. Visualize specific growth metrics being achieved or exceeded. See yourself leading with vision and making wise decisions. Feel the satisfaction of creating value and solving problems through your enterprise. For investment success, visualize yourself making investment decisions with clarity and confidence. See your investments growing steadily and performing well. Mentally, experience reviewing positive financial statements. Visualize yourself receiving expert guidance and recognizing valuable opportunities. See yourself maintaining emotional stability during market fluctuations. Feel the security of growing wealth and wise financial management. Overcoming common abundance blocks through specialized visualization. Specific visualization techniques can address common mental blocks to prosperity. For money anxiety, many people maintain a conflicted relationship with money, simultaneously desiring it while harboring anxiety about it. This specialized visualization helps resolve this conflict. Visualize money as a neutral tool rather than an emotional trigger. See yourself handling financial matters with calm competence. Mentally, experience making money decisions from a place of clarity rather than fear. Visualize your nervous system remaining relaxed during financial activities. Feel the emotional freedom of a healthy relationship with money. For visibility, resistance, success often requires visibility that triggers discomfort. For many, this visualization addresses fear of being seen. Visualize yourself comfortably receiving positive attention. See yourself communicating your value with quiet confidence. Mentally experience the positive impact of your increased visibility. Visualize yourself maintaining inner peace while being publicly recognized. Feel the satisfaction of making your full contribution without hiding. For imposter syndrome, this common block causes many capable people to doubt their worthiness for success. This visualization helps resolve it. Visualize yourself acknowledging your actual capabilities without diminishment. See yourself comfortably receiving recognition for your legitimate contributions. Mentally review your preparation, experience, and genuine qualifications. Visualize yourself claiming your achievements with honest confidence. Feel the alignment between your outer success and inner self-recognition. The success visualization process in practice. To implement these techniques effectively, establish this regular practice schedule. Morning success visualization, 5 to 7 minutes. Upon waking, sit comfortably in a quiet space. Begin with 3 deep breaths to center yourself. Visualize your primary success goal as already achieved. Generate the corresponding emotions of accomplishment. See yourself moving through your day from this success consciousness. Close with gratitude for the manifesting process already underway. Evening review and reset, 3 to 5 minutes. Before sleep, briefly. Review the day's alignment with your success vision. Note instances where your thoughts or actions supported your goals. Identify any mental patterns that contradicted your desired outcomes. Visualize these contradictory patterns being dissolved and replaced. Reaffirm your success vision as your final mental activity before sleep. Weekly prosperity expansion, 15 to 20 minutes. Once weekly, conduct an extended visualization session. Begin by acknowledging progress and expressing gratitude. Expand your prosperity vision beyond current goals. Allow your imagination to explore new possibilities for abundance. Conclude by affirming your openness to greater good than previously imagined. This structured approach ensures consistent mental focus that, as Atkinson taught, makes a clear path over which the desire may travel to its fulfillment. Harmonizing visualization with action. A critical aspect of success visualization is proper integration with physical action. As James Allen wrote, "The vision that you glorify in your mind, the ideal that you enthrone in your heart, this you will build your life by, and this you will become." However, he also emphasized, to desire is to obtain, to aspire is to achieve. Dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, so shall you become, provided you take action. Effective integration includes action, visualization. Mentally rehearse the specific actions you will take toward your goals. Inspired action. Recognition. Remain alert to internal nudges and inspirations that arise from your visualization. Opportunity response. Preparation. Visualize yourself, recognizing and promptly acting on opportunities. Effort ease. Balance. Visualize working with energetic focus, but without desperate straining. A businessman used this integrated approach when visualizing expansion into new markets. Rather than merely seeing the end result, he visualized himself taking each necessary step, researching opportunities, making key connections, developing required systems. When inspiration struck during visualization to contact a specific potential partner, he promptly acted on this guidance, creating a breakthrough that accelerated his expansion by months. The wealth of consciousness. As we conclude this chapter on visualizing success and abundance, remember that the greatest prosperity is not measured in financial terms, but in the wealth of consciousness you develop. As Atkinson wrote, "The man who knows himself to be a real power in the world by reason of his mental control becomes an actual power by reason of people being affected by his thoughts." The visualization practices in this chapter develop not merely external prosperity, but internal abundance, the capacity to generate positive mental states regardless of temporary circumstances. This inner abundance ultimately proves more valuable than any external achievement, for it represents the source from which all other forms of success flow. In the next chapter, we will explore how to integrate visualization into your daily life through consistent practice and habit formation, transforming these techniques from occasional exercises into your default mode of mental operation. Chapter 7. Daily practice and integration, making visualization a consistent habit. Throughout the preceding chapters, you have gained a comprehensive understanding of visualization's power and its applications for health, success, and abundance. Now we arrive at what may be the most crucial element of all, the consistent practice and integration that transforms these techniques from occasional exercises into a permanent mental habit. As William Walker Atkinson emphasized, it is not the spasmodic effort, but the constant, persistent application of your thought force that brings results. The decisive factor: consistency over intensity. Many visualization practitioners make the critical error of prioritizing intensity over consistency. They engage in lengthy, emotionally charged sessions when motivation is high, followed by days or weeks of complete neglect. This pattern produces limited results, regardless of the quality of individual sessions. As Charles Harnell stated, the law of attraction will certainly and unerringly bring to you the conditions, environment, and experiences in life corresponding with your habitual, characteristic, predominant mental attitude. Note his emphasis on your habitual and predominant mental state, not your occasional or peak experiences. The most powerful visualization practice is not the one that lasts longest or feels most intense, but the one that occurs most consistently. 5 minutes daily will produce greater results than an hour once weekly. This principle reflects the fundamental nature of mental law. Your predominant thought patterns shape your experience, and predominance is established through consistency rather than occasional intensity. The science of mental habit formation. Modern neuroscience confirms what metaphysical teachers have long understood about habit formation. When you repeatedly engage in a particular mental activity, you establish neural pathways that become increasingly efficient through a process called myelination. These strengthened neural connections make the activity progressively easier and more automatic. Applied to visualization, this means that consistent practice not only improves your visualization ability, but eventually transforms it from a conscious technique into an unconscious habit, your default way of thinking. As Atkinson wrote, the trained visualizer reaches the stage where they are always subconsciously holding the vision of what they want, even when the conscious mind is occupied with other matters. To establish visualization as a mental habit requires understanding the 3 phases of habit development. The mechanical phase, practice, requires conscious effort and often feels awkward. The familiarity phase, practice becomes easier, but still requires intentional initiation. The automatic phase, practice occurs naturally without conscious prompting. Most practitioners abandon their efforts during the mechanical phase, never experiencing the power of visualization as an established mental habit. Understanding this progression helps you persist through initial difficulty with confidence in the automatic facility that will eventually develop. Creating your daily visualization framework. Establishing a consistent practice requires a clear, personalized framework, what Atkinson called a mental discipline system. Consider this foundational structure. 1. Designated practice periods. Establish specific times daily for formal visualization practice. Morning session, 5 to 10 minutes. Sets your mental trajectory for the day. Midday reset, 2 to 3 minutes. Realigns your mental focus during your day. Evening session, 5 to 10 minutes. Reviews and reinforces your intentions before sleep. These periods need not be lengthy. Consistency matters more than duration. As Joseph Murphy observed, the shorter periods of visualization practiced with greater frequency are often more effective than extended sessions. 2. Environmental triggers. Link your visualization practice to specific environmental cues that occur reliably in your daily routine. Morning visualization, immediately following brushing your teeth. Midday practice, during your lunch break. Evening session, just after changing into night clothes. These consistent associations create what psychologists call implementation intentions, automatic triggers that prompt your practice without requiring conscious decision-making. As Charles Haanel noted, make this a regular, orderly, systematic approach, and results will follow with mathematical certainty. 3. Physical space designation. Create a specific visualization space, even if just a particular chair, that your mind learns to associate with this practice. Keep this space clean and uncluttered. Use it exclusively, or primarily, for visualization practice. Consider adding meaningful objects that support your mental state. Establish a simple preparatory ritual when entering this space. A teacher who struggled with consistent practice transformed her follow-through by designating a specific corner of her bedroom with a comfortable chair, small table, and inspiring image. This dedicated space created both a physical reminder and psychological association that dramatically increased her consistency. 4. Tracking system. Implement a simple but visible way to track your practice consistency. A physical calendar with sessions marked, a tracking app on your phone, a visualization journal with dated entries, a simple habit tracking grid posted visibly. This accountability system makes consistency tangible and leverages the psychological principle of the chain method. Once you establish a visible streak of consistent practice, you become increasingly motivated to maintain it. Moment-to-moment integration, beyond formal practice. While formal practice sessions establish your visualization foundation, True integration extends this mental activity throughout your daily experience. As Atkinson taught, the advanced mental scientist is visualizing all the time, whether he knows it or not. Consider these approaches for extending visualization beyond formal sessions. 1. Transition moment, visualization. Brief. Visualization during natural transitions in your day. In the shower, visualize cleansing your mental state along with your body. While commuting, see yourself arriving at your destination and performing excellently. Before meetings or interactions, quickly visualize positive and productive outcomes. While waiting, in lines for appointments, etc. Use these moments for brief visualization rather than mindless phone checking. These micro-practices maintain your desired mental state during what would otherwise be neutral or wasted moments. As James Allen noted, a particular train of thought persisted in, be it good or bad, cannot fail to produce its results on the character and circumstances. 2. Response. Visualization. Use challenging situations as triggers for immediate corrective visualization. When facing a problem, quickly visualize its successful resolution. After a disappointment, see yourself learning and growing from the experience. During stress, visualize your body and mind returning to balance. When confronting obstacles, see yourself moving through them with wisdom and resilience. This approach transforms challenges from visualization interruptions into visualization triggers. A business leader who mastered this technique reported that crises, which previously derailed his positive mental state for days, became automatic prompts for powerful visualizations that often revealed unexpected solutions. 3. Environmental cue linkage. Connect common environmental elements to specific visualizations. Red traffic lights trigger prosperity. Visualization. Doors become portals for visualizing crossing thresholds into new opportunities. Ringing phones prompt visualizing positive communication. Water. Drinking. Washing. Triggers purification and flow imagery. By linking visualization to frequent environmental cues, you dramatically increase your daily visualization frequency without requiring additional time. As Murphy taught, what you associate regularly in your mind creates automatic response patterns. 4. Conversation to visualization. Conversion. Transform your routine conversations into visualization opportunities. When discussing future plans, shift from verbal description to mental imagery. While listening to others' goals or challenges, create supportive mental pictures. When offering advice or encouragement, couple your words with visualization of positive outcomes. During casual conversation, practice maintaining a parallel visualization track related to your primary goals. This technique is particularly powerful because conversation often pulls us into verbal thinking that crowds out visualization. By intentionally coupling these activities, you turn a potential visualization competitor into a powerful ally, overcoming common consistency challenges. Every practitioner encounters specific obstacles to consistent visualization. Let us address the most common challenges with practical solutions. 1. The too busy challenge. Many believe they lack time for regular practice. The solution involves recognizing that effective visualization can occur in very brief periods, understanding that regular visualization actually increases time efficiency by improving focus and decision-making. Implementing visualization stacking, combining visualization with essential daily activities, starting with a commitment so minimal, even 30 seconds, that too busy becomes an invalid excuse. As Atkinson observed, the busiest and most effective people are often those who have mastered the art of mental imagery during action. 2. The fatigue barrier. Mental and physical fatigue often derails consistent practice. Address this by scheduling primary visualization during your naturally high-energy periods, using physical movement before visualization to increase energy, simple stretching or deep breathing. Implementing abbreviated versions for low-energy periods rather than skipping entirely. Understanding that regular visualization actually increases energy by reducing mental waste. 3. The results. Impatience. Many abandon practice when results don't materialize quickly enough. Counter this by creating a visualization evidence journal, documenting subtle changes and manifestations, establishing process goals, practice consistency, rather than only outcome goals, understanding that manifestation occurs according to natural incubation periods that vary by goal, appreciating immediate benefits, emotional regulation, clarity, peace, regardless of external results. As James Allen wrote, "You will become as small as your controlling desire, as great as your dominant aspiration." Regular practice itself represents growth regardless of external manifestation timing. 4. The wandering mind problem. Mental distraction during practice frustrates many practitioners. Address this through starting with very brief but fully focused sessions rather than longer distracted ones, using the return without judgment approach, gently bringing attention back when it wanders, implementing a thought acknowledgement pause at the beginning of practice, understanding that the ability to notice wandering itself indicates progress, visualization integration, advanced approaches. As your practice matures, consider these advanced integration strategies. 1. The parallel processing method. This technique develops the ability to maintain visualization alongside other mental activities. Begin with a simple visualization, such as a blue circle. While holding this image, slowly count backward from 100. Whenever the image fades, pause counting and restore the visualization. Gradually increase the complexity of both the visualization and the parallel activity. With practice, you develop what Atkinson called dual mind operation, the ability to maintain visualization while engaged in other mental processes. This ability proves invaluable for maintaining your creative vision during daily activities. 2. The reality interface technique. This advanced practice blends visualization directly with physical perception. Look at your actual environment, a room, outdoor setting, etc. Begin overlaying visualized elements onto this physical reality. See your goals and intentions manifesting within your current environment. Maintain awareness of both the physical and visualized elements simultaneously. This technique bridges the gap between imagination and physical reality, training your mind to implement your visualizations within actual circumstances rather than as separate constructs. 3. The identity immersion practice. This profound approach focuses on visualizing your desired identity rather than external conditions. Create a detailed mental image of yourself as the person who has already become what you aspire to be. Throughout your day, briefly return to this identity visualization. Make decisions and respond to situations as this realized version of yourself. Notice the gap between this identity and your current self-concept gradually closing. As Atkinson taught, in the final analysis, all achievement represents becoming the person who would naturally have those achievements. This practice accelerates that becoming process. 4. The visualization council method. This technique creates an internal visualization support system. Visualize meeting with several wise advisors, real, historical, or archetypal. Present your current visualization goals and challenges to this council. Allow intuitive guidance to emerge through these visualized advisors. Incorporate their wisdom into your ongoing practice. A writer struggling with visualization consistency created a council including Atkinson, her grandmother, and a future version of herself. The guidance received through this visualization dramatically enhanced both her practice quality and consistency. The evolution of practice, from technique to way of being with consistent implementation, visualization undergoes a remarkable transformation from a technique you perform to a fundamental way you operate. This evolution progresses through distinct stages. Stage 1. Visualization as exercise practice occurs solely during designated sessions and requires significant effort. Stage 2. Visualization as tool practice extends beyond sessions into challenging situations where it serves as a useful response. Stage 3. Visualization as habit. Practice occurs automatically in response to environmental triggers without conscious initiation. Stage 4. Visualization as identity practice becomes indistinguishable. From your normal thought process, you simply think in images naturally. This progression represents what Atkinson called the naturalization of the visualization faculty, where what began as a deliberate technique becomes your default mental operation. At this advanced stage, you no longer do visualization. You simply live as a visualizing being. The daily practice commitment. As we conclude this chapter on integration and consistent practice, I invite you to make a specific commitment to your visualization development. 1. Identify the minimum daily practice you will absolutely maintain. Be realistic rather than aspirational. 2. Specify the exact times and triggers for this practice. 3. Determine how you will track your consistency. 4. Establish a reasonable milestone for evaluating your progress. 30 days is ideal. 5. Consider sharing this commitment with someone who will support your follow-through. Remember, as Charles Harnell wrote, the law of growth is sustained action. Practice these exercises every day. The difference between occasionally understanding visualization and actually transforming your life through it lies entirely in this sustained action. In our final chapter, we will explore how all these principles and practices culminate in a life of conscious, imaginative creation, where visualization becomes not just something you do, but the foundation of how you experience and shape your reality. Conclusion: living from a place of conscious, imaginative creation. Throughout our journey together, we have explored the remarkable creative power that resides within your own mind. We began by establishing the fundamental truth that visualization is not merely a technique, but the primary means through which you shape your reality. As William Walker Atkinson declared, visualization is the process of making mental images, mental photography, if you will, and is the secret of all constructive mental work. The journey of transformation. Let us briefly review the transformative path you have traveled through these chapters. We first explored the scientific and metaphysical foundations of visualization, understanding how your mental images communicate directly with your subconscious mind, and set in motion the creative forces that manifest as your experience. You learned that visualization operates according to definite mental laws, as reliable as the physical laws governing the material world. You then mastered specific techniques for creating clear, detailed mental images, charged with the emotional energy that gives them manifestation power. You discovered that your ability to visualize is not fixed, but responds dramatically to consistent practice and development. We addressed the common blocks to effective visualization: doubt, distraction, impatience, and limiting beliefs, providing you with practical methods to overcome these challenges and maintain your creative momentum. You learned that these obstacles, properly understood, actually strengthen your visualization capacity when properly addressed. You explored the application of visualization to specific life areas: physical health and healing, success and abundance, discovering how to tailor your mental imagery to achieve precise outcomes in these domains. You recognized that the same fundamental principles apply across all areas of manifestation. Finally, you learned how to integrate visualization into your daily life through consistent practice and habit formation, transforming these techniques from occasional exercises into your default mental operation, your natural way of engaging with reality, the new relationship with your mind. Through this journey, your relationship with your own mind has fundamentally changed. What began as an exploration of technique has evolved into a new understanding of yourself as a creative force. As Atkinson wrote, the difference between the average person and the master mind is largely a matter of visualization and concentrated attention. You no longer see your thoughts as mere responses to circumstances, but recognize them as the causal power shaping those very circumstances. You understand that your mental activity is not merely commentary on your life, but the creative blueprint determining its form. As James Allen affirmed, man is made or unmade by himself. In the armory of thought, He forges the weapons by which he destroys himself. He also fashions the tools with which he builds for himself heavenly mansions of joy and strength and peace. This shifted relationship represents the true victory, beyond any specific manifestation. You have reclaimed your position as the conscious director of your experience, rather than its passive recipient. This is the essence of what Charles Hannell called the creative power of thought. Living from conscious creation. The ultimate goal of all we have explored is not merely to visualize periodically, but to live continuously from a place of conscious, imaginative creation. This state of being has several distinctive qualities. 1. Continuous awareness of creative power. You maintain constant recognition of your role as creator rather than victim. This awareness doesn't require constant affirmation because it has become your natural perspective. As Murphy noted, you are what you believe yourself to be, and you are where you are because that is where you believe yourself to be. 2. Responsible imagination. You exercise what Atkinson called directed imagination rather than undisciplined fantasy. You consciously choose which mental images to entertain, understanding that each carries creative force. This responsibility becomes not a burden, but liberation. The freedom to select the causes that determine your experience. 3. Present moment creation. You recognize that creation happens only in the present moment, not in some distant future. Your power of visualization operates now, in this moment, regardless of when its effects become visible. As Hannell emphasized, the spirit of a thing is the thing itself. The spirit of you is you. Your future comes from your present. 4. Balanced engagement with physical reality. You maintain harmony between your mental creations and your physical actions, neither forcing material circumstances through mere effort nor neglecting necessary action in favor of passive visualization. You understand that effective creation involves both mental cause and appropriate physical expression. 5. Expanded identity. You experience yourself not as a small, separate entity struggling against circumstances, but as an expression of what Atkinson called the universal creative power working through your individual mind. This expanded identity dissolves the artificial boundaries between inner and outer reality. The ongoing practice. As our formal exploration concludes, your real journey continues. Visualization mastery represents an ongoing practice rather than a destination, a continuing expansion of your creative capacity. Even the most accomplished practitioners continue to discover new depths and applications of this fundamental power. I encourage you to approach this ongoing journey with several key attitudes. 1. Patient persistence. Recognize that your visualization ability develops according to natural growth patterns that cannot be forced but can be trusted. As Atkinson advised, the great secret of all mental power is the calm, deliberate, persistent focusing of that power upon the subject under consideration. 2. Experimental curiosity. Maintain a spirit of exploration and discovery rather than rigid technique. Your most powerful visualizations will arise from your own unique mental patterns rather than prescribed formulas. As Murphy suggested, feel free to experiment until you find the method that works best for you. 3. Balanced expectation. Hold clear expectation of results without demanding specific timelines or forms of manifestation. This balance allows the creative process to unfold according to its own wisdom while maintaining the clear intention that guides it. As James Allen wrote, the vision that you glorify in your mind, the ideal that you enthrone in your heart, this you will build your life by, and this you will become. 4. Self-compassionate assessment. Regularly evaluate your practice and results with honest clarity, but without harsh judgment. Note both your progress and your challenges as valuable feedback rather than as measures of personal worth. Remember Atkinson's counsel. The greatest hindrance to the development of mental power is self-criticism and negative self-judgment. The greater purpose. As we conclude, I invite you to consider the larger significance of the visualization mastery you are developing. While the immediate applications to health, prosperity, and personal achievement are valuable, they represent only the beginning of visualization's true purpose. The ultimate aim of this work extends beyond personal gain to what Atkinson called constructive imagination, the capacity to envision and create conditions that benefit not only yourself, but all of humanity. As your visualization power grows, so too does your responsibility to direct it toward the highest good. Imagine a world where more individuals understand and apply the principles we've explored, where conscious creation replaces unconscious reaction, where imagination serves constructive rather than destructive ends, where the mind's true power is harnessed for collective advancement rather than merely personal advantage. You stand at the forefront of this possibility. Your developing mastery represents not merely personal achievement, but participation in humanity's evolving understanding of its own creative nature. As Charles Hannell affirmed, the individual who understands the creative power of thought will have taken a long step in the right direction. The beginning, not the end. Though our formal exploration concludes here, your journey with visualization continues with each thought you think, each image you entertain, each feeling you cultivate. What you have learned is not merely information to be remembered, but a living capacity to be expressed with every moment of your conscious existence. Remember always that the power of visualization is not something outside yourself that you occasionally access, but the very nature of your mind expressing itself. As William Walker Atkinson declared in his final analysis, visualization is not something you do, it is what you are. Hi. May you continue to discover the unlimited creative potential that has always resided within you, waiting only for your conscious recognition and directed application. The mind's eye, your mind's eye, is indeed the workshop where reality itself is fashioned, moment by moment, thought by thought, vision by vision. The power is yours. The choice is yours. The creation is yours. And it all begins anew with your very next thought. Having explored the incredible power of visualization, I want to ask you, what limiting beliefs might be blocking your creative visualization right now? Perhaps you've told yourself that you can't visualize clearly, or that your imagination is just daydreaming rather than the powerful manifestation blueprint it truly is. These mental blocks are often the only things standing between you and your ability to harness visualization as your creative superpower. If you're ready to begin transforming your visualization practice today, start with just 5 minutes each morning, creating a vivid mental image of your most important goal as already accomplished. Add physical sensation, emotional feeling, and even sounds to make it multisensory. The key is consistency rather than duration. Daily practice for just 5 minutes will rewire your neural pathways faster than occasional hour-long sessions. Remember to conclude each visualization by feeling genuine gratitude, as though your desire has already manifested. If this guide has resonated with you, please hit the like button and subscribe to continue your journey into conscious creation. Share in the comments one insight or technique you'll be implementing in your visualization practice. Your experience might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear. Join us next Tuesday for our exploration of manifesting abundance, where we'll discover how to align your energy with unlimited prosperity. Until then, remember, your mind's eye is always creating. The only question is whether you'll direct this power consciously or allow it to operate by default.